What is up, everybody? So your boy took a nap. I'm up back in it, running around with A2. I did get a chance to give her about, 50 SC. That's right, I still have something else I can put on her. A few of these to use. So this is pretty much what I've managed to teach her in the past couple hours. Sky High would have been nice to have in here. Let's see. She still has experience up on her, so that's 12 SC getting eaten, right? So let's see, maybe I'll just find, I should have Ardor or something. Oh, that's already selected. What's Pride do? Max hit points, strength up. Okay, I guess we'll take that. Actually, you know what? Let's go with the fast crit. Or, high counter would have been cool too. There's some more MP for our what is that called? Sharp Eyes. I always forget Sharp Eyes. Alright, so there's some more MP for that. So after making the video going over the gear, remember guys, I got the armor and then I went ahead and got the prisms for her. So she's at a plus 10 bonus right now. And then I realized, I'm like, you know what? Actually, Buddha had a pretty good point where this is good gear to give her when you want to give your best holy weapon to somebody else. And since I was a 10 pull away, I was like, I might as well get her sword, because here's the thing. I'm going to go over this real quick. I really do enjoy the special damage plus 30%, especially when I see now how often she gets her S4. So her special damage getting boosted is quite significant, actually. And of course, you're getting the same crit rate that you would off of like some of the other swords, the holy swords, the 5%. Then you're also getting the damage cap plus 3k. So again, I'm gonna have to see how useful that actually is with really nasty content. But for the lower end content where you're actually hitting damage cap, yeah, you are gonna shred through shit. So I equipped her with this just because I wanted to run Heart of the Temple, right? See what she's gonna run like in there, because this is around the same power level that I took 2B in there. Alright, and she just absolutely killed it. So we're close to it. It was what it was. So that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, and we're using this sword. So I figured, yeah, Buddha made a pretty good point. Then I can take my other holy weapon off and give it to somebody else who's maybe dual wielding. Now they can have two holy swords to dual wield with. If I'm going into a fight where I need to do a bunch of holy damage, this is an awesome weapon with an awesome trait. All in all, he made a solid point. This is all strong equipment, right? So yeah, since I was just like 110 pull away, I was like, yeah, I should have just done that and just said whatever. Because here's the other thing too. Originally, I said I wasn't, that worried about that sword because I had the LR arc, right? Because I had the LR arc. Like, let's no, come on. Let's see. It should let me look at it through here. Because I have this LR arc, this machine life form, right? I saw that it had. Oh, it's not gonna let me go through here. Okay. You know what, we'll just back out of it real quick. Yeah, the sword that was added, I just figured it was going to be pretty much a clone off of the axe. The axe is badass for what it does, for the traits that are on it. And then I noticed, I thought I even misread it at first. I was like, I just probably overlooked the other ability. The axe also has plus 20% damage to broken or stun enemies. So, something along those lines. Right? Oh, I can't. Yeah, the machine axe has damage to enemies fainted or in break plus 20%. That's a nice little bit of damage to have. That's pretty good. And then it has the defeating enemy strength 2% up to 10 times. The thing is, the sword only has when defeating an enemy strength up 2% up to 10 times. It doesn't have the damage to enemies fainted or in break. I'm going to double check that again right now. And I was like, man, that's kind of messed up, because it seems like they took that out. Crit rate up 5% when defeating an enemy strength up. Okay. So I guess, okay, alright. They didn't give it the extra 20% damage. They gave it crit rate plus 5%. And it's light, and it's got the 2% up to 10 times. So an extra 20% to the strength. So this is what I was going to use, but it's still going to take me a while to farm this thing out. And I figured for 110 pull, I might as well just rock that sword right now. And really kind of size it up and see what I get out of the extra S4 damage, since I'm seeing that she's dropping the S4 like a lot. And then obviously I can give this sword to anybody, and if I need to run like a light damage party, she can go back to her throwback weapon that's given her the S4 damage. It's given her the 5% crit rate, and it's also it's awesome, right? It's still a good sword. It's around the same strength as this, and then this sword can go on to somebody else that needs it for that fight. So why not? It was worth a 10 pull. I don't really have that much Ethereon because I got the axe and I wanted to mess around with that. So it'll be a minute before she has that. I don't want to throw all my Ethereon at it right now. But hey, it is what it is, right? At least she has that to hold her over. And now let's see what we can do at the ancient temple. So I think I'm just gonna throw the S4 right off rip. That's why I'm running this arc. The arc has low stats. I think she can still easily be taken out here. Right, and then with my Berserk Rage and still at full hit points, I wanted to do some damage with one of my skills I tried. That's right, she cannot crit with this, unfortunately, or she'd be able to heal some of it, but it does appear to be pretty damn good damage to everybody. One of the things that I enjoyed is this girl did come with, what's it called? Oh no, don't interrupt, the S2. I gotta start targeting them. This girl, she comes with not only Proud Force, but, ooh, it's the vampire one from the vampire arc. My goodness, come on, target this one right here. So that's the thing, her attacks can be somewhat, I'm not going to say slow, but you do like have a second. Oh, he just smashed me with that. You do have a second before it procs off. I'm trying to heal off of some of the attacks. She's obviously doing enough damage to heal off of it and stay alive just enough to maybe finish this ogre off. Oh, and she's poisoned. Alright. All in all, not that bad, especially if I can drop the S1 real quick and heal. The S3 does have a nice jump. She's not too fast on her feet yet. Still have to work on her. I enjoy the S2, the aerial damage. It's great. I knew she was going to have a move like that. She's just famous for that. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned with her kit, great. Randy lovers rejoice because she's just got some really awesome spin in there. All right, and this really isn't an easy level to clear, especially when you're throwing bigger, slower attacks. It's much easier to interrupt this girl than it is for 2B. 2B can literally start off and then teleport. I mean, my 2B right now, I can take her into this level and she will wipe all the birds pretty much just with her S3. But this girl has done exceptionally well here with 50 SC. She really has no business being in this level. So it gives me an idea of how her kit does work. There is some good synergy in it. I could see the advantage of running A2 and 2B. I could see the advantage of running them together. There's like some zombie build stuff going on. They have like this synergy where 2B can be kind of like the sacrificial lamb, and then A2 can kind of bank off of that. So for 2B, you put some abilities on her that give her some kind of awesome buff, like whatever percent to damage after you've been revived, and then you unequip her OS chip. She instantly dies, you know, or you can have her revived. And then A2 actually has something in her kit. Let's look at her real quick. I think it's called Lone Survivor, but she's getting buffs off of people dying in the party. So let's see. They have a cool little synergy. A2 also gets a she supports humanity. I forget what it's called, but she gets a buff. It's like 10% to stats when a human is alive in the party. A humanoid. It says humanoid. Now, I don't know if that's going to count for Alice because she's a straight doll. I don't know. But for, let's say, Roland, or like a hardcore support character like Theria's brother. I can't even think his name off the top of my head. Pretty much Roland number 2, super tanky Roland. You know, he can bring people back to life. He can buff people. He can put a shield up. He can aggro tank. And he's human, right? So you could do something there. You could get a ton of buffs and support, and you could get maybe a shield up on these two girls when bosses are dropping thresholds, because now we have damage cut off, right? Here's the other thing. Looking at that axe, I'm actually a little bit more happy with the sword, because I'll take that extra 5% crit right now. That's always applicable. The thing is, the damage to broken enemies really is becoming less and less applicable. Like, I'm looking at that axe and I'm like, I'm pretty much just really using it for the strength stack. Now, breakers could make a comeback. They could, you know, here's the thing that just kind of gets me about that is we've had hard boss fights where instead of doing a damage cut, they would just give the boss a shield, and if you played savvy, you'd have to throw a lightning spell, and that would drop that shield. So the savvier you played, the shorter of an amount of time that his shield was up, and every second counted, because he's casting Blizzard and he's got all this nasty shit going on. It was a super hard boss fight, and it took like, in fact, it was one of our hardest boss fights at the time. I made old vids on it. A lot of players were not even able to clear it. They just gave up on it because it really did take like a full built team at the time. And yeah, that guy had, you know, they didn't have to put damage cutoff in that to make that, you know, pretty absurdly hard at the time. And that's all I'm saying is, like, they could bring those shields back that you have to crack with a certain element. Like, that was cool. And then you didn't have damage just being wasted on the screen, numbers coming up, but, you know, nothing actually going to the enemy. In Adas's favor, though, it seems like they have cut some of that out in this new event, where in part 1, that robot thing that we fight with all the corpses, it was damage cutting like 2 or 3 times. It seems like they've taken a little bit of that out of there, and now they're doubling the amount of tickets that we get. Instead of getting 14 tickets, you are getting 28. At least I was getting 28. You know, so that makes it worth it to use those tickets to run the bonus level and get run it in multiplayer and get 40, 50 shards for A2 or 2B at a time per run. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have a lot of shards to grind for this girl, but at least right now, you know, she's at 58 SC, and I can at least run her around a little bit. Her stats are nothing amazing. She's got 2k attack. So let's actually take a look at her, right? Sword Storm, medium range, light combo attack, damage cap, right? This one's only at 1600. The S2 Rising Smash. I love just every single one of these, and I already said I like the aerial one, because obviously you can spend a few SC just to add airborne damage to her, and boom, the S2 is going to do more. right? Wide area light combo attack that throws enemies into the air. Damage cap 4K on slam attack. She does get that slam at the very end. It is pretty cool. And then the S3 is kind of interesting for her. The heavy sword rush. Instantly close the gap, so she gets to charge. So just like 2B, she really wants to hit with that S3 because that's what's going to propel her. That's what's going to cut the distance. That's what's going to get her pretty much into somebody's face, right? Instantly close the gap for a medium area light combo attack. This thing's a doozy. It looks like it does pretty hella target on a single target, and some of her strikes hits everybody around. And from what I've seen, yeah, it's like she's got a great damage cap already, so she's hitting for high amounts. I don't know, the heavy sword rush to me seems to do a little bit more to like the target that you target, but everybody around it still gets hit. And then we have the attack limit release. I was wondering how they were going to implement this. This girl's always had, you know, this mode where she turns red. The S4 says it all. It's great. Powerful light combo attack against all enemies. Activate Berserk mode. So that's her activating Berserk mode, her trait for free. Berserk mode is battle start special gauge fill rate 80% buff, which is great. Your S4 is going to fill up lickety split to all of that crazy, awesome, amazing AoE S4 damage, right? And if you do have that sword, you're getting 30% more to that. I don't even have ultimate boost and 2 on her yet, so it'd be nice to see what we can do, and how much damage we can get out of that S4. It is stuck being a light combo, but hey, it's still going to be awesome. I've already seen it do a lot of damage without me powering it up at all yet, right? So let's see, she gets that 80% to the special gauge fill rate buff. The special starts Berserk mode. Physical attack plus 40%, damage cap plus 8,000, but continual hit point loss. So this is what's really going to take her damage to the next level. It's a really nice chunk in damage cap and physical attack damage, another 40%. That's actually going to help her fill out that 8k to damage cap. So yeah, you drop that S4, you go into Berserk mode. Very cool stuff. She also has prototype type A. When only weapon is equipped, physical attack damage cap 16,000, y'all. So just off of that, she's gonna have a great damage cap, and she has Doppelhander, so there's like some more to the damage cap. That's why I was like, you know, I'm not too overly concerned with 3k that's on the paid sword that you can get for her, but at the end of the day, it's still another 3k on top of all of this other stuff. So I think that's how she's obviously getting to the 60,000 damage cap range that I've heard reported, somewhere in the 60s. And of course, they're probably using that sword that's giving the extra 3k to damage cap. Because the other sword that we have, which is like a 6-star weapon, is only giving 1,500 extra to damage cap. So ideally, you would use both of these swords together, but this girl is a single wield. So obviously, if you have to choose, you're going to choose a sword that's light element and has 3k damage cap on it, which is only a 5-star weapon. Hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, yeah, so this is just like all the things I've been going over with her, just kind of trying different abilities out on her. We'll look at that too. But yeah, between Prototype A and Berserk, just the damage cap stacks up, and then she has more damage cap in her her S1, her S2, her S3. No, just the S1 and the S2. S3 does not have. Yeah, it doesn't say right here that it adds 2. You know, maybe I don't have that like leveled up all the way. I don't know, but a lot of her kit seems to add to damage cap, and the traits add to damage cap. So you can see why this girl can just literally drop these crazy ass claymore attacks that just she bangs out, man. Look at this robot in the background. And we haven't even talked about the art. She looks effing phenomenal. This girl looks so damn good. The sprite, everything, how she just stands there, her pose with her sword behind her when the fight's over. I dig everything about her. Very, very, very happy with how she turned out. That's really all I can say, right? So let's see. Let's just look at here. Like, she obviously starts off with Doppelhanger. How nice is that? She gets her Berserk mode, her type A thing, Sword Storms. I still don't have Taunt for her, which is when physically attacking enemy close to death, physical damage plus 30%. So she's like a good executioner. When defeating an enemy, recover SCT 5 seconds. That's a pretty good way to help keep yourself fed, especially, for free. Taunt is an awesome ability, in my opinion. Indomitable Spirit. When lethal damage is taken, recover 50% hit points. And when surviving lethal damage, gain a skill damage plus 30% buff. Things like this, these are good for zombie builds, right? I want to get Indomitable Spirit on 2B, and then I want to take out her chip and have her off herself, and then come back with Indomitable Spirit. She's going to lose 5% to her stats from not having the operating chip equipped, but she's going to gain a plus 30% buff. Theoretically, that's how it should work. I'm going to test this pretty soon. I just need to get Indomitable Spirit on her. Right, but this girl has it in here. Very nice for free. With Taunt, I don't have that yet. I don't have Goddess Kiss, so that's not really a major factor at all right now. Plug-in chip, I don't have the special defense chip, which is given hit points, attribute resistance, but it's killing SCT recovery speed and crit rate. But there's Fighting Spirit 4, 5. Wait, could I get that now? Ah, damn it. I'm short the other ones. Yeah, hey, this is strength and hit points, so that's very nice. Auto protection. Can't wait to get that. I'm just too broke to even get that. Yeah, I've been in the alchemy lab. I've been wasting all sorts of stuff away, but she's got light high drive. She's got all the good light boosts, right? What didn't I see in here? I didn't see like a sword boost. Actually, wait, yeah, Doppelhanger I think is 4 sword. When only weapon equipped is 1 sword. Okay, so yeah, the Doppelhanger instantly locks her in. It's nice that they're bringing the oldies but goodies back. Blood Force. I was psyched to actually see this on her, especially since she has a rage built in. This can give her a way to get back some of her health with her gnarly normal attacks with her big ass sword. Hey, it's an old ability, but guess what, y'all? This thing's 11 SC, right? Pair that with Proud Force. Now you're stealing health all the time. You're stealing it when you're critting it. You're stealing it when you're just doing basic attacks. So I love that. It's great. Like, that made me happy seeing that oldie but goodie. And actually, this whole zombie build vibe, I dig it. I think it's cool. You guys have heard me talk about zombie builds before, unless you're new. Giant Killing 2. Skill and special damage to bosses 20%. And guess what? Damage Cat, baby. Right? And you can give Giant Killing 1 to her as well. I've already taught that to her just to double stack them to use them on, like, the big ass ogre or whatever, to get even more damage cap. So that is very cool, right? Heavy Sword Rush. That's her ability. She has auto haste. Thank you. I will take that all day. Auto haste, like what? I don't. There's a few haste abilities, but none of them are cheap. Haste is like 14 SC. So yeah, glad she has haste in here. It's very nice, right? Auto haste, boom. Quick trigger, great to keep her kit fed because it is such a damn powerful kit. Like I said, you tap the button and you kind of see her set up for a second, and then after that, she literally lets it rip and does her spin attack. You really feel that Claymore. It just feels like, yeah, she's taking a second to step up, but she's really really throwing out some gnarly ass damage. I like the way that it feels. It makes playing her interesting and fun. She has a good range with her weapon. She's going to AoE with them. She's going to smash everyone to shit. But you want to set up with her, right? Like the stage that I just ran, if you guys watch my other video on 2B running it, 2B's got an easier time going through that stage. I'll tell you that right now. 2B's going to have an easier time to hit the shit out of those birds, super combo count them, stun them up for a little bit before they can interrupt her. There's a reason why I started A2's fight, 2A's fight. God damn it. There's a reason why I started her fight by throwing her S4. Her S4 luckily does do a little bit more damage in its AoE, it seems like, especially with the sword, the paid sword that she has. So that really helps her cut through all the mobs in that level, right? But it's like 2B, she just charges her kit. She just use her kit to destroy that whole damn level. She hits so fast, and with her teleport, she can actually kill those birds a lot faster and more efficiently. That's just the way that I feel about it, about that level, and about these girls both being at like 50 to 60 SC, right? Because that's where they were. She has favorite sword. When equipped with only one weapon, physical attack damage, 30% physical attack damage cap. Oh, what's that? Another 10 effing thousand. So, yeah, I could see how this girl gets up into like the 60K. You know, when all the conditions are met, right? And most of them are easy to meet. So you're going to have a super high damage cap already, even without Berserk. And then you got Sharp Eyes. So she can use her MP to get an awesome damage boost. Why not? I mean, what else does this girl need to use her MP for, right? So it works out perfect that she's got Sharp Eyes. Not a cheap ability, and it's great. Rising Smash. It's a prototype. Yeah, this is great. Light Mega Drive. This is not cheap, right? Light physical attacks and special damage. Plus 30% light physical and special damage cap, another 2K, so everything awesome with damage cap. I've just been working on putting some crit on her so she can, you know, get Proud Force. I wish there was a damn item that would make her S4 crit, because that'd be nice to get some awesome crits with that S4 and potentially heal off of it, right? But, you know, I get it. Instead, it's just like really high flat value attack damage. It's almost like that S4. It doesn't really need to crit, but who knows? Maybe it's something they can add to her later. That'd be awesome. We have plug and chip intellect, int plus 30% for some reason, crit rate plus 10. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Defense minus 15. Hit points minus 15. So that's in case you want intellect, you know, just in case you feel like reading a book. I don't know, but, you know, I still have Indomitable Spirit to unlock and Taunt. Patience. Yeah, she is a gnarly girl. So, yeah, it's pretty easy to see. She's going to give a ward that gives light damage cap. So that is awesome, cool, right? And then we have her sister giving sword damage cap. All in all, very happy with her. Her and her sister are going to run well. They're going to just be an awesome team, I can already tell, especially with, damn it, I have to look this. Here he is. There he is, sister. Ruto. Okay, sorry. For whatever reason, I wanted to put Roland's name in there instead. I mean, you know, of course, look at him, right? Actually, how is Ruto? Oh, look at that. Ruto is my most invested healer. And, you know, I really don't have any bonus SC on him whatsoever. I do think this guy's going to be becoming more useful, though, with the way that they're making these bosses, you know, just ignore damage. Well, then this guy can reduce damage taken, and has that invincibility thing going for him, right? And he can just support characters and make them take less damage. So I'm probably going to have to start throwing him in the mix. And A2 is still going to get a stat boost off of him because he is human. So want to run the androids with a human if you can. Well, at least you want to run A2 with an android, if a human, if you can. Just IMO, just going off of her kit and what's in there. But it seems like you can do a lot of fun stuff, and like I said, I've been talking about zombie builds for a while. These girls are going to have some fun and awesome spam combos that they can do, I think, with 2B dying, A2 taking advantage of some of that. So that's what I think of her right off rip. I'm just letting you guys know this is what she looks like out of the box. She is awesome. She is badass. The hype was real. I'm seeing the crazy damage. Like, I ran her with a Kohaku, and it was like painfully clear to see Kohaku hitting 11,000 damage, and then this girl hitting like 45, 48. Like, and I know that's going to grow, right, as this character gets powered up. So it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. They're making the girl the queen of Doppelhander. So I don't know. Let me know what you think, and I hope you enjoyed. I'll talk to you all soon. I'm going to keep working on mines.